What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, doing a video about the best player at every Premier League club, in my opinion. Pretty easy concept. Let me know if you agree with me on all of these ones. There's a couple clubs where I could have gone with a number of players, and a couple of them where it's like, are any of them even good? We're going in alphabetical order, starting off with Arsenal. I've gone with Bukayo Saka. There is a shout for maybe. You could go with Gabriel, Declan Rice, Saliba, David Raya. There's a couple of good players. Eze, but I've gone with Saka. Even though he's not been at his best lately, maybe he's still class, and I do think he's still Arsenal's best player. And when he's at his peak, he's probably one of the best wingers in the world. Next up, Aston Villa, the best player for them. Bit of a tough one, I felt, but I've gone with Ollie Watkins. Some people might say Emi Martinez. I think he's a bit overrated. Maybe Morgan Rogers is a shout. There's a couple of other ones. But Ollie Watkins, clinical striker, great finisher, had a great season. The last had a couple great seasons recently. Scored a winner for England in the Euro semi-final. Pretty good player. I think Arsenal wanted him as well, like a year or two ago. So yeah, clearly he's decent. Next up, Bournemouth, probably the easiest one of the whole video, I'm not going to lie. I've gone with Semenyo. This guy, I can't see him staying at Bournemouth past the end of the season. He might even leave in January. He's just very good. And no offense to Bournemouth because they are decent, but he's just better than Bournemouth, realistically. Brentford next up. Guys had a good start to the season, bit of a penalty merchant, I'd say. Igor Thiago, he did miss one versus Brighton, and to be fair, he also did score one. But Brentford, they haven't been as good as you'd expect, really. Not as good as you'd expect, but they've been less than what they have the last couple of years. They did lose Wissa and Mbeumo, who are their two best players last season, but Igor Thiago seems to be a decent replacement up front, but they haven't really got someone to fill the role of Mbeumo as much as you'd like. Burnley, another one which is are any of them? Obviously they're good, but it's are they any standouts? I've gone with Kyle Walker, just because even though he's not obviously at his peak anymore, still on his day he's very good, and there's a reason he was at Man City for so long and basically won like a billion trophies with them. And even though he's not at his best, I still think at today's Burnley, he's probably the best player. Next up, Brighton, a guy who's having a career resurgence in his 30s or his mid-30s. Shout for a World Cup, Danny Welbeck. Scored 7 or 8 goals already in the Premier League this season. For a Brighton team, that's been a bit underwhelming, you'd say. But yeah, this guy up front is just banging goals and, get him in the World Cup squad. Chelsea, my team, next up. Now, this one, I've gone with Cole Palmer. He's the first one you think of. But he has been injured for most of the season. And, Caicedo's been very good. Cucurella has been very good. Esteval in a couple years, probably be best player in the league. But Cole Palmer, when he's back and back to his best, he's probably top 2 or 3 players in the league. So, I think he's still Chelsea's best player, and he should be back fairly soon and hopefully back to his best. Next up at Crystal Palace, another team who have lost probably their 2 best players in recent years, or in the last couple of years, really. I've gone with Mark Gahey. Obviously, they lost Eze in the summer, and Olise, the one before that, who you'd say were their best players before. But, Gahey, and they're probably going to lose him at the end of the season as well. But he is a very good centre-back, and there's a reason why Liverpool and Real Madrid and Barcelona have sort of been in talks to sign him for their teams. Everton next up, and a man who was on loan there, Jack Grealish. This guy had a crazy start to the season, won Player of the Month, and it just shows I feel like he's one of those players that he does better at a team where he's the main man, a slightly weaker team where he gets control to do what he wants. Not a team like Man City, he's not a system player. He's a pass the ball to him and see what he does kind of player in a lower. Everton are obviously a low team, but they're not Man City, a team that gives him freedom and where he's going to be one of the best players, at Everton. Next up is Fulham. Another one I was who's actually their best player? Because they're a bit of a unit. really, but they've also not been great this season. Obviously, had a couple good results, and they're obviously not doing terrible. I'm going with Alex Iwobi. I don't know. Fulham was a tough one. There's a couple people could have gone with, like Lukic, could have gone with Calvin Bassey, could have gone with a couple others as well. But could go with Kevin maybe in a couple years. But I feel like Iwobi. I mean, a lot of this is like not. It's not just this season based. Like a lot of it is on their day kind of thing, but also some of it is the season based, especially with the like newly promoted teams. It's mostly the season because a lot of their team haven't been very good in the Premier League before. But yeah, I've gone with Iwobi, and this guy has had a couple very good seasons for Fulham, and that's why I put him there. Next up is Leeds, a bit of an interesting one because a lot of their squad haven't played in the Premier League much at all, or when they have, haven't been very good. So I've gone with a man who was just signed for them at the beginning of the season. I've gone with Lucas Nmecha. Now this might be a bit of a rogue shout. Like he scored 3 goals for them this season, and I mean, I'm not going to pretend I'm watching Leeds every week, but based on what I've seen, he seems decent. And considering a lot of their squad aren't very Premier League proven, he's come in and he's already scored 3 goals. Obviously, former Man City academy player and played at Wolfsburg as well, and he's played for Germany before, so he's got to be good. Liverpool next up. Bit of an interesting situation there at the moment. I mean, are any of them any good? I've gone with Van Dijk, but like he's had a bit of a fall off, and I do think he's a bit overrated. And a lot of people probably say, "Why haven't you gone with Salah?" Salah's not been great this season, and also I don't think he's as good as Van Dijk. And yeah. But then there's also a couple others like maybe Allison could go for, and then the players who've been good this season, like Ekatike and Soboslai, McAllister, a couple of them. Obviously, maybe could go with Verts. Well, not right now, but people would have thought Verts and like Isak, but neither of them have shown anything good. So I've gone with Van Dijk, but at Liverpool, none of them are like most of them aren't very good right now compared to what you would have thought at the start of the season. Man City, probably this one of the easiest ones of the video as well. Erling Haaland. Without this guy, they just look terrible. I mean, they lost to Leverkusen because they didn't start him. Basically, if they don't have Haaland, they can't score a goal. That's kind of how it goes. So they're kind of screwed without him. He's definitely the most important player in their team. And if he gets injured and misses a run of games, I could see them having a Liverpool drop off levels. But yeah, he's the only one keeping them in the title race. I mean, I think like the most anyone else has scored is like 2 or 3 this season, whereas he scored like 25 or something. But yeah, if Haaland's definitely the most important and the best player at Man City. Bruno Fernandes is the man I've gone for Man United. Um, Another one where it's like very key. Obviously, Man U had a bit of a resurgence, you'd think, but then obviously lost to Everton as well. But yeah, I mean, Bruno Fernandes, I do still think he is their best player. Obviously, he's had a couple rough penalty misses in this season. I think he's missed 2 already. But yeah, I still think he's Man U's best player. For Newcastle, I've gone with Sandro Tonali. There's a couple other people kind of in the running, I guess. Could have gone with Bruno G, but not really. Voltemada's been good, but I think Tonali is the best Newcastle player. This guy, like, he was like one of those wonder kids that everyone used to talk about when he was in like back in Italy. I think he's at like Brescia or something. And to see him at Newcastle is kind of weird, but obviously Newcastle have become a bit of a powerhouse. But I do kind of think he only got sold to Newcastle because they knew he was going to get banned. So like, oh, that's their problem now. But yeah, definitely he's one of the best midfielders in the league and the best player at Newcastle. Nottingham Forest team had a bit of a fall off this season, but they seem to be on the resurgence now with a great win against Liverpool at Anfield. I've gone with Gibbs White. Obviously, they lost one of their key players from last year, Elanga, who's also not been very good, bit of an under talked about flop of the season. But yeah, there's a couple could have gone with Murillo, Milinkovic, Sals, Hudson Odoi. Like there's quite a few decent players at Forest, but I've gone with Gibbs White. I think he's kind of their key to the attack, and I guess like offers something different to just the counter attack speed down the line that's like was their main threat last year. Sunderland, a man, I don't know how he's at Sunderland. Granit Xhaka. I mean, Sunderland do seem to be class, so that helps. But this guy at Sunderland is a bit of a strange thing. I guess 2 years ago he was invincible for Leverkusen, and Sunderland were in the Championship, and now I mean, Sunderland would probably. I mean, I did Leverkusen to just beat Man City, but Leverkusen had not been off to a good start this season. They sacked Ten Hag 5 minutes in. But yeah, Xhaka, I mean, people are already saying he's like the best player they've ever seen play for Sunderland at least recent times. And in their first season back in the Prem, he's been vital for helping them do as well as they are so far. Next up is Spurs, a bit of a team that's a bit strange. I've gone with Christian Romero. One may say Richarlison for his goal against Arsenal, and he scored against PSG as well. I mean, obviously, no one's actually seriously saying him. I mean, obvious answer would have been Son until he left. People go Vicario, Van de Ven. I mean, there's a couple in midfield as well. Madison, if he was fit. Bergval. But I've gone with Romero. West Ham, I've gone with Jared Bowen, one of the other easiest ones. Kind of been carrying West Ham and will be pretty key for them this season. But it looks like they are kind of on the resurgence and should be able to stay in the league. Last but not least, Wolves, although they are last and least, they're bottom of the league. One of the worst Premier League seasons ever, at least starts the season. I've gone with João Gomez. Thing with the Wolves is they basically sell their best player every season. I mean, I've gone with João Gomez, but I probably could have gone with Strand Larsen as well. I mean, I probably should have, but Strand Larsen is obviously good, and Wolves wanted him, but also I feel like if they want to stay up, João Gomez is going to be more key than Strand Larsen to sort of keep them stable. I mean, Strand Larsen did score 14 goals last year, but João Gomez will be more key. I feel like having a solid base in midfield to stay up. Anyway, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.